Hi everyone, welcome to another episode by Poor Man Gamer. Today is episode 7 of Learning from the Greats, and we are gonna feature Alarak. Now this is really interesting because Alarak is ranked much higher than I am. He is clearly a better player than I am because we played some friendly matches and he totally kicked my butt. And yet, he is one of the most active people I have on my Discord, which is below, check it out. And just a really nice guy overall. So Alarak said, hey, I got a couple decks that I've been using that's very effective, why don't you give them a try? And then he suggested, well, what if you feature me on Monday? I don't think it's to gloat. He is honestly a really good player. And the one common thread that I've seen him do is his patience. He has a lot of patience when he plays his game. It's not so much reactionary, so much as tactically waiting for the right time to make the right move. And that is the one thing that I hope we can all learn from today. He went 10-0 in his Rivals Credit Blitz. I love covering the Blitz events because the units are fairly level. Only reason he lost is I think he disconnected. He didn't roll any units. So he would have won 10-0. So we want to cover a couple matches here, and I hope that you guys are going to be able to learn from his patience. It's not so much his deck, because with the Stealth Tank and the Basilisk and these other units that are kind of with epic cards, they are hard to level up, and also the Giga Cannon. It's more so his style and the way he plays in which we can all learn from, right? Notice his patience here. Now, a lot of people would immediately roll out another Cyber Wheel and go 2-on-1, right? But look at this incredible patience here. He's waiting and waiting and waiting, because he wants to see what the opponent is going to do. He doesn't really see any disadvantages, so now he's going to go ahead and gang up on that missile squad, right? And look at that amount of patience. So he was able to gain the 2-on-1 advantage. And right after he's done, he knows he's going to lose one of his Cyber Wheels, and he probably wants to lose one of his Cyber Wheels because he's taking a population cap for no reason, right? So there he is, again with a tremendous amount of patience, saving up his Tiberium. Rolling out 2 Pippos, in my opinion, blindly, without really figuring out what's going on, not a smart move. So notice how there's two things going on now. In the bottom left, you're going to see his Pippo attacking, right? So boom, 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 he's going to nail him with his Stealth Tank. And on the top, he's using his Missile Squad to engage that other Pippo. And notice the patience here. There's no advantage in rolling up the Stealth Tank at this stage of the game. He's going to roll out a Cyber Wheel, which is 10 Tiberium. Okay, and watch this. Watch the patience. Here's what I'm talking about. He's waiting and waiting. A Pred Tank is not going to knock out the Cyber Wheel in one shot. So he waits until the Pred Tank wants to advance, stalls him out by forcing it backwards, and before the Pred Tank can fire. And because of that, he was able to win that missile. Right? That is the deadly power of the Cyber Wheel. And the main drawback of a Pred Tank. Pred Tank is great against punching holes, right? Against units that are like a Stealth Tank, for example. Excellent choice. But against things like Cyber Wheels, they take 4 shots and they don't fire very quickly. So you need things that fire quickly. Like an Orca or even a Pippo would be a better choice. Now that he has Orcas, his only true anti-air is his Missile Squad and Stealth Tank. I love the way he uses the Stealth Tank here. So watch. He knows that there's no advantage in rolling up the Stealth Tank to the top, so he's going to force the Orca to blow his load on the Missile Squad first, and then he's going to try to chase him down with the Stealth Tank. Right? Notice how the Talon should have switched fire to the Missile Squad but didn't. That's because they were occupied with the Orca. Right? Now watch this. Because the Orca is all the way at the top, right, and the Harvester is exposed, he's going to go pressure that Harvester. He's going to use his Oxana charge, not to move the Stealth Tank away faster, but so he can reload faster. Well, now watch his timing here. Boom, reload it in stealth mode, stationary first. Orca didn't stand a chance, okay? He just took out a level 10 Orca with a level 9 Stealth Tank by using perfect timing. He's letting his Cyber Wheels die, which is a very smart move, and boom, finishes off that Harvester. So now again, he's trying to play his matchup advantage. He's got Missile Squads against Orcas, he's got a Missile Squad against a Pippo, and he's got a Missile Squad against a another Orca. Why is his Stealth Tank there? It is to prevent, I believe anyway, the Lieutenant's Strong Arm from rolling out. At least to, stall it off a little bit. Because on the... Oh, it's at the top. No, sorry. On this map, Lieutenant Strong Arm's only available at the top. My mistake. So he's waiting there because he's waiting for the matchup advantage. So now comes his Cyber Wheels one more time. Right? And notice how here he knows that his stealth tank isn't charged up. Rather than losing his stealth tank, he's going to be patient about it. He's trying to get his way onto the base, right? He's got the Orca to lose most of his shots. So he's on one tile, but on the bottom, he can't roll out units fast enough. He's very patient about it. He's not going to lose. He's forcing all of the Orcas to fire off the ammunition, right? Because he only got 4 shots. And he's going to take this loss, but he's going to be in good position to recover. So notice how here, he's in excellent position to counter, right? He's left a very weak flame troop. The missile now charges up very quickly, so all it takes is a last-second move, really, to steal the missile away from someone's charging it for you, right? Again, great example of patience. He knows that that Harvester is exposed. Lord Blood made a huge mistake here. When you're at the 3rd missile and there's not a lot of time left, it's not worth sacrificing any units just to go after the missile, right? Look at this patience. Lets the flame troop on the top take the damage, then out comes the stealth tank to knock out the Orca, and now he has a huge matchup advantage because now it's just a Talon here, bam, bam, right? And he's gone, and look, there it is with the Orca. He's saving his stealth tank, saving his stealth tank, saving his stealth tank, waiting for it to recharge. If that Orca moved one more tile, the stealth tank would have recharged first. So now the missile's almost done, right? And watch what he does. Be patient. Keep watching, right? Stealth tank moves into position. Pew, 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 pew! Great trade-off. Out comes the laser squad, and nuclear missile launched. Gets the win. Excellent patience. Notice how he didn't go over to try to blow up the enemy base. Notice how he wasn't pressuring the enemy harvester really, really hard. Those are different styles. Someone like Alicia Destiny is very great at being an aggressive player, punishing the opponent by basically charging right up there and blowing up their base. Alarak has a different playstyle where he's a little more reserved, he holds back and he reacts, right? You can win with both styles, and that's the beauty of this new balance, is that you have all sorts of decks that works. So now Alarak's going to be on the right-hand side. We're going to see what he sees. He goes with a Cyber Wheel, okay? And at this stage, he's not trying to kill anything, obviously, with a Cyber Wheel. He wants to get information. So there he is with the Cyber Wheel. And he sees the bike, so he's going to roll out his Laser Squad, right, to protect the Harvester. Makes a lot of sense. Watch his patience again. The Cyber Whale all by itself isn't going to do enough damage against a Laser Squad. So I'm not sure why he backed it off. Oh, to move the Flame Troop up. Okay, I remember now. Yeah, so he moved the Flame Troop up, but notice the patience again. No one's engaged one another. And really, how long it takes before your first engagement is typically a good indicator of how strong both players are. Not in the sense one player is building a double Harvester and the other's not, but in the sense of how they're trying to win the matchup on both sides. I love his use of the Giga Cannon here, right? Because he timed it perfectly where he was able to clear the entire middle platform. So just like that, he's going to own this missile. It's not even going to be close, right? Beautiful, beautiful play. He's on 3 tiles. There's no way he's going to steal this from him. And there it is. So now he's got a matchup advantage once again. He's got the Flame Troops on the top. I love his placement of the Giga Cannon because it allows him to protect both missile pads with 1 unit. And plus, remember guys, the Giga Cannon got buffed. He has 1 unit that was left alive, so now he's going to go sacrifice it, which is a very smart move. And I love his patience because it allowed him to roll out a stealth tank. So watch this. He lets him chase the Giga Cannon, and then boom, 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 down goes the Banshee. Very, very beautiful play. Excellent way to save the Giga Cannon. And once again, exhibiting a tremendous amount of patience here with the Giga Cannon. He's still trying to play his matchup advantage. He knows that at this stage of the game, with all of these infantry and what he has on board, he's not going to be able to save the Giga Cannon. So he sacrifices it and lets it take on as much damage as possible. And very smart move here. So watch. Once again, uses the stealth tank, very smartly protects his units. And to this stage of the game, look at the economy advantage. Alarak's got 170 Tiberium without killing the enemy Harvester, and Martin is down to 60. Because not only did he have to roll out an extra building, right, by rolling out the air unit, but also because he's lost more units. I love his use of the stealth tank here to take out the Scorpion tank. He hid it behind the Flame Troop the entire time, so the stealth tank didn't even take on any damage. There's a Giga Cannon again, And he's on 3 tiles, the enemy's on 2, he's got no chance, right? Martin's done. And boom, down he goes. So I'm going to go ahead now and show you guys 2 more matches. And I hope you are able to learn from this video. You don't always have to go ultra aggressive, right? He has a different playstyle where he protects the missile very well. For the most part, I've noticed 2 things in common, which is 1, he likes to charge the missile himself and have first fire advantage. And 2, he's more reactionary as opposed to like actionary, I guess. Whatever the opposite of reactionary is. Taking action, actionary? Actionary is not a word. Actionary. Gotta have a good laugh. So check it out here. Again with the cyber wheel open. I love the way he ganged up on the rifleman, right? So then the rifleman can't just have a 10 cheap Tiberium unit standing in the back. Once again, very, very patient. He's rolling out the flame troops now. And here's what I mean. He loves holding that missile tile, right? He doesn't mind losing units here and there just to have the first fire advantage. I love the way he uses units. Look, still on the missile pad. Still on the missile pad. Still on the missile pad. Even though here comes the chem troops. Chem warriors are actually pretty strong units, but they're expensive, right? That is the one drawback. And when you get ganged up 2-on-1 like that, no bueno, I would say, for the chem warrior. I love the way he uses a cyber wheel once again, right? Very, very smart, very patient. And rather than blindly rushing out with the stealth tank and risk losing this missile because someone could block you, I love how he rolls out the Giga Cannon and is charged up. I love how the Giga Cannon now does more damage ever since that buff. It's a really strong unit now, right? And it's super, super viable. And look at this patience here with the cyber wheel. Doesn't engage the bike, just goes ahead and lets them run in blindly. Obviously, he should have moved his bike up a little bit further. Alright, now he's on 3 tile. He himself is in trouble. He sacrificed his bike for no reason. And look, this is where the mistakes happen. When you pressure the opponent with that missile and the ticking noise and going do, people make mistakes. I love the way that Comrade uses the Tiberium J Catalyst missile. And I also love the way that Alarak tried his best to pressure that Harvester. Now here's one thing you guys gotta notice, is this. Alarak does a really good job microing his units in terms of strategic retreat. Now, and that's something I've emphasized many times. Learning to retreat properly is a great way to help you win more matches, right? So notice how he's, again, dominating the middle. He's very patient. He loves holding that middle position, right? And watch this. The Chem Warrior is going to come out and shoot the Flame Troops. J Catalyst Missile is going to come. I love the way how quick his reaction time is. Okay, I don't know if you guys caught that, so I'll break it down. He moved the Giga Cannon first because it's slower. The Stealth Tank second because it's faster, right? And he was able to save 2 of his most expensive units from that Catalyst missile attack. And so Comrade MP was gained nothing out of that attack. 0, right? If anything, I would say he lost out big time. And I love the positioning of that Giga Cannon because just look at this, right? It's able to use that Chem Warrior as a satellite, I guess, to bounce off the target. Now he's using a Flame Troop to block off his vehicles. Again, very, very patient, standing right beside his stealth tank. And look at that. Saved his units once again. Very, very, very patient. Still smartly using that Giga Cannon. He does not engage until he absolutely needs to. And he does now. See that? So patient and doesn't lose his units without a healing drone. Fantastic player, right? I'm going to show you guys one last match, and the reason I'm showing you another match is because it's against the same player. So most people are able to adapt now. You know each other's playstyle. You know, Comrade is a decent player, I think, right? I don't think I've ever played him. I've played some people in his clan before. They are not part of the Terminus family, I guess we'll call it, right? But he's a respectable player. So watch this. Opens with a Harvester once again. Sees the missile troop, does not engage. Very, very patient. See that patience? Still running around, still being patient. No advantage, no advantage. Instead of 2 cyber wheels, rolls out a flame troop. Love it. Right? So now wherever that flame troop goes is going to have an advantage. So notice the timing on the cyber wheel now too. Rolls up the cyber wheel so that at the top he's got the cyber wheel 2-on-1 against a missile squad, and on the bottom does a pretty good job trying to take out those chem warriors. Notice the adjustment from Conrad. Conrad knows this deck is only made of flame troops and cyber wheels, so notice how he rolled out the chem warrior a lot earlier this time, right? Instead of bikes. Look at this patience here. Once again, Alarak is very, very patient. He's waiting for the right matchup, He goes 2-on-1 on the chem warrior because that is the best way to take him out, right? You see that? Switches fire with the flame troop to go 2-on-1 against those chem warriors. Very patient. He knows his cyber will be able to take some damage before it dies, right? He sees the bike, so he rolls out a stealth tank, and he smartly uses the stealth tank to engage the bike because it's gonna one-shot the bikes. See that? Bang, 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 bang. Now he's on 2 tiles. The chem warriors don't do a lot of damage against vehicles, but they do a lot more than people think, right? They're actually pretty sturdy against vehicles. Very, very smart. 2-on-1 once again, right? Very, very patient. Able to stall up the missile once more. Here comes a stealth tank to knock out that bike, right? Blocks him on the top. Very, very smart. Unfortunately, his stealth tank blew the load a little bit early, right? And he's trying to jump on all 3 tiles. I love the way he's blocking him off, and at the same time controlling the middle as well. So now he's able to save himself the missile and ultimately win it. Incredible play. And it was all defensive. He never tried to force his way on the bottom, right? So Alarak is winning by patience, which is actually quite rare in this game. But look at this, totally viable strategy. And look at the massive advantage he has in terms of Tiberium. Now he's able to roll a Basilisk. Pretty cool, right? Now remember, he can't see the other side. I knew ahead of time there was an Inferno, but he can't see the other side. So again, look at his patience here. Waiting, does not engage anything because the missile is being charged up. Why is he being so patient? He's waiting for the right matchup advantage. Boom, down goes his shot. So now that Inferno is basically a useless tool. He runs up with the missile troop because I guess he needed that missile troop to die. Right? Watch this flame troop here. Bang, 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 bang. Sacrifices his flame troop. Does a great job with the Basilisk to control the middle. Right? And here comes a stealth tank to protect it. He waits for the first fire advantage. Right? He knows he's going to lose it if he moves the stealth tank. He's going to lose that tile, so he does not move the stealth tank. Out comes a Basilisk. Right? And bang! There's our last shot. The stealth tank, in my opinion, should have went after the Basilisk instead, because once the Basilisk gets charged up, it is pretty deadly. And there is a perfect example of a Basilisk charged up. Pure defense, does not go in the offense, and he wins. Alarak never made it past the missile tile. He never made it past the middle, any of the missile tiles. And yet he won the game. So now, I do wonder how he plays against decks with double harvesters. I didn't catch one yet. But guys, the whole point of this video is to show you that a different playstyle can also lead to wins. So Alarak, thank you so much for letting me know about you and for being a huge part of my Discord. For those of you guys who haven't seen it yet, join my Discord and hit the subscribe button if you like the video. Take care. Have a great night.